Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's time again for another knife of the day. This is where I go through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. We do it Monday through Friday. We're still working on my Spyderco collection. We're already over 170 knives deep. If you want to see some classics, some hard to find Spyderco knives, go check out the playlist. I figure we're still just shy of a year more before we go through the collection. But let's talk about the knife of the day. Today, the knife is the Spyderco Delica 4, one of the most popular Spydercos sold. But this one is titanium with a Damascus blade. This is discontinued. You can only find this on the secondary market if you can find it. But oh, what a beautiful Delica. If you're a fan of the small, perfect to me, EDC knife from Spyderco, the Delica 4, oh, you're going to really love this knife. Again, it is discontinued, but it is available on the secondary market every now and then. So let's start with the blade. You know, Spyderco doesn't do a lot of Damascus blades, except for the anniversary blade. I'm trying to think back on some knives. Go check out the playlist. I'm talking about the playlist way too much, but go check it out. I do a lot of times to see if I if I had gone over a knife or so, but there's not that many. I have a Stretch. I have a couple of other knives. I have the Endura, which you'll see later on, that's just like this. Before the Anniversary Native, now the Anniversary Native is different. It is not a VG10 Damascus. Most of them have been VG10 Damascus blades. Interesting blade. So what it has, see that line down the center? Right there on the spine. You see it starts even with the, right there? That right there is the VG10 core. Of course, a lot of Delicas and Enduras are in VG10. That's the core, is a VG10. And that's what you see down here after you see all of the Damascus. That VG10 blade is sandwiched in between 15 different steels. Some of them stainless, some of them not. All layered on one side. 15 different steels layered on one side, and then 15 different steels layered on the other. So it's sandwiched between 15 different steels of Damascus, and that's where you get the pattern. The pattern, this one, most of the patterns, I believe this one too, is taken after a Japanese, a certain type of Japanese art where it represents a pebble, not a pebble, some ink flowing down a Japanese river, and you get that kind of random pattern. Beautiful Damascus, VG10 Damascus blade. Of course, it's full flat grind, like most of the, well, like all of the Delica 4s. 2.9 inch blade, and that's why the Delica is so popular. It's under that 3-inch blade type. Plus, it is full flat grind. It is a great slicer. 2.6 of that is edge. 7.1 inches total when it's out like this, which just makes it a nice smaller package. And only 3.1 ounces. And that's talking about a full titanium handle. This is all tie. The back spacer, of course, it has the back lock like all of the Delicas. The strong back lock. The regular Spyderco clip. The clip is 4-way clip. Up, down, left, or right. Very strong back lock. Strong D10 as well. It's a wonderful knife. It really is. easy to handle. That blade with that VG10 core that we're so familiar with, the VG10 steel. Just a nice package. Nice package all the way. A very special Delica. I've got a lot of Delicas and Enduras and paramilitary 2s and militaries and natives and a lot of other knives that I have these mini collections of. You'll start to see those on the knife of the day. I'll try to pace them. I don't want to do 6 days of Delicas and 6 days of paramilitary 2s, but you'll start seeing those coming through as we go through the collection. You're also coming up some of the smaller knives. I love using small Spydercos as keychain knives. But today, the knife of the day is the Spyderco Delica 2 titanium with that VG10 core and that Damascus blade. I'll compare this to the fluted tie native. Again, one of the standards for Spyderco, and the Mannix 2, one of the standards for Spyderco, just to give you a good size comparison. There you have it. That's the knife of the day. Yeah, it's the Spyderco Delica 4 titanium with Damascus. It is discontinued, but you can find it on the secondary market. We'll continue with the knives of the day as we work our way through my 5 Pelican cases now. I have a 5th one on the way. 4, which will make the 4 1550 and a 1600. After Spyderco, we go on to Chris Reeve, Microtech, Browse blades, hinderers, and customs, all kinds of knives, case knives. Thank you for watching. You guys have a perfect day. Hey, take a couple of minutes for yourself. Men don't do that enough. I know it's not being selfish. It's just taking care of you. Turn off all that social media and just be alone. Sometimes it's hard to just be alone. Just be alone for some minutes or two. Just makes you a better person. Wish I would have done it 50 years ago. Hope you guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.